Hello out there, you are welcome to the sports segment here on AM Show. I'm Benedict Ozu. I'm in the studio with my colleague Nyantakyi. UEFA Champions League action, a typical night we saw in the UEFA Champions League last night. Liverpool went away and lost to Real Star Belgrade by 2-0, 1-1 in the game involving Paris Saint-Germain and Napoli. Barcelona also becomes the very first team to qualify for the knockout stages, having drawn their game to Inter Milan 1-1 yesterday. We'll show you highlights of that plus other stories, but we'll start here on the local scene. And Christine Mari, the first wife of former Ghana Football Association President Nyantakyi, has launched a strong show of support for her husband, who has suffered global shame after coping a life ban and hefty ban by FIFA for breaching its code of ethics. Now, the former banker believes Nyantakyi committed no crime and will be vindicated by the court of law in the country. She's shocked how some people are happy and are twisting the knife further into Nyantakyi after being sanctioned by FIFA's ethics committee for violations of the ethics code, including bribery and corruption. Christine Mari spoke on Good Evening Ghana show on Metro TV last night.
He was shocked, he was sad, he was disappointed. He was not expecting, excuse me, this kind of punishment, but he has taken it in good faith. We are waiting for the briefings so he can appeal. If the process is found Kwesi guilty, he's available to face the consequences. But until then, the name calling, the insults, the jubilations and the celebrations that he's down, I'm begging and pleading that we should all hold our horses and wait. Time will tell. He's ready to face any consequences. He says, if I have done something wrong, let the law take its course. He's ready. If he's found innocent, we give glory to God. So we are ready for any consequences. My pain is Ghanaians should exercise patience. Because he is not running away. Yeah. He's here.
So she was on yesterday's edition of Good Evening Ghana with Paula Admochiri. She added that there are two kids who school at Ghana School International have suffered abuses and taunts from their mates.
I remember the day those so-called announcements came, arrested or whatever they put it. I went and picked my last girl from school, and she ran to me and said, "Mommy," I think the following day, she told me, somebody told me that, "Chumwa, do you know that your father is going to jail?" That, "Mommy, is it true that Daddy is going to jail?" And she started crying. So I hugged her and I told her, "Daddy is not going to jail." And even just last week, Thursday, he said during break time, somebody told him, pushed her. He said, "Why are you pushing me?" He said, "Do you know that your father is in trouble?" So they've gone through a lot. So I think for about 3 or 4 days, they couldn't go to school.
Oh, you didn't send them to school?
At all. They were in the house.
At the heat of when the media was discussing the matter, when all of us were using and discussing it every day.
Yes.
You couldn't send them to school?
Not at all.
Did they ask you why they are not going to school?
They just didn't want to go to school.
Oh, they themselves didn't want to go?
They didn't want to go to school.
Because when they went to school, this is what they heard?
Yes.
Father is in trouble.
Yes.
Father is this.
He's going to jail.
He's going to jail.
All right, so wife of former Ghana Football Association President Mr. Nyantakyi on yesterday's edition of Good Evening Ghana. We'll move away from that and do some more. Well, teams are preparing for the start of their respective competitions. The Black Queens are preparing as well as the Black Maidens. The Black Queens will play in the African Women's Championship, which will be staged here in Ghana. And they will actually take on Kenya in their second trial game this afternoon at the Kasarani Stadium. And the game forms part of their preparations ahead of their participation in this year's African Women's Championship, which I noted earlier will be staged here in Ghana. Well, coach of the team, Bashir Ford, is hoping to get a good result and also build a solid team for the competition.
Football, you can be at the top next week will be at the bottom. It depends upon what you put in for the period. So we are not underrating anybody, and we don't think any team is we are superior than any team. Fortunately or unfortunately, I cannot assist Kenyans now because I've not played them ever since I took over as a head coach for the national team. This is the first match that I will play and make sure I grade the two, Ghana and Kenya. After that, when you ask me anything about them, I can say both teams are preparing for African Cup of Nations, and so everybody is preparing towards that tournament. And so what I'm expecting that we're going to get a very nice match, which both teams will benefit from the match. We started preparing straight from the time that we got a message that we are going to play. So the preparation